Hello? Boo. Oh, can you hear me? Oh, you're muted, I think. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Uh-oh. Audio problems?
Hello?
Oh, there we go. All right.
There we go.
Uh, sorry. Were we, my bad. Were we waiting to introduce? I thought we didn't exactly, sorry, this is our amateur sloppy starting here, guys. Didn't exactly plan our the actual
Plan
steps of
our
our intro
escape.
here quite clearly. Go ahead, Ed.
So you had a court day today, and I didn't know if you were exactly going to make it, right? So I had asked Tosh Smith to be on the panel on a discussion, and then you said you were done, like like you're out of court now and you can come, and I was like, great. So now it's going to be the three of us. So Taj Mitt, who started her first podcast journey talking about Black athletes and politics on Tuesdays, she's here for us to have a discussion.
Yeah, cool. We can bring her on stage if she's ready and say hello. But I was gonna say, as far as the court thing, I could have maybe given you a bit of warning that it typically should have only lasted maybe an hour or two, but I really wasn't sure
You never know.
how long it would go or how it would affect me if it had gone quite in a way I didn't appreciate, sort of thing. I didn't exactly enjoy
Right.
what happened anyways, but it was a bit of a anticlimactic kicking the can down the road, more of the same bullshit that's been going on anyways, not to reveal too much details because I'm not supposed to talk about it or something online much. I don't. That's
Don't
kind
talk
of
about it.
that's sort of the general recommendation they just give to everybody because it could create more problems that they would have to maybe get into or something. I don't know. But I
Don't
also
talk
feel like
about it.
it's like some of the lawyers' advice that they give you is not really designed for you; it's more for them. So sometimes the rules of the court themselves are a little bit like more to protect the court than for you. But then they pitch them to the public as if it is in the public's best interest. Of course, it's a very paternalistic kind of attitude. So patriarchal, you might say.
Very. Jacqueline says the more the merrier. So with that, I'm going to bring Tashmit onto the stage. We're in the same room. What happened to your avatar?
That's it. It's in the middle.
Oh, it's there now. Okay. So, and we're in the same room, catty corner desk. So we have to remember to move the mic this way and move the mic that way. Say hello.
Hi. I'm just gonna pretend like I'm in another country. If that's okay with you guys, add a little spice.
It's all good.
Okay. So you're Jacqueline now. Okay. She's she just got her passport. She's very excited.
Hi, Jacqueline and Old Man Barker and Robbie. Anyone else there? Welcome. Thank you for watching. I know we're maybe
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
not as big as the other guys, or with so trustworthy with our whatever established commentary kind of thing. We appreciate you giving us the opportunity to build our credentials. Right, got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So.
I think you guys have done a great job.
You have to.
You're doing a great job building a family, building a regular, comfortable place for everybody to come in and share their thoughts and not feel intimidated by their opinions. That's one thing I love about this platform.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, it's like some
Thank you,
people
thank
might
you, thank
think
you.
that what we're doing is not maybe pragmatic enough, and that we're maybe wasting time on some things that don't matter as much as focusing on whatever what's the most necessary thing to be doing to force a revolution tomorrow. Like it's difficult to feel like we've wasted so much time and have not much progress, and yet still feel the need to pace ourselves. Because otherwise, I feel there's something to remind is haste is of the devil, is the saying. I'm not religious at all, but it's just the way the expression is recorded in history, right? And the meaning behind it in a secular fashion is to remind you that when you hurry things up, wherever, that's where the mistakes happen. So there's a value to doing things slowly, but then there's a problem with being a sloth about stuff. So
Not a sloth. So there's something that just happened very recent. Well, it only came out in the. Hold on, sorry. It only came out in articles in the beginning, but they have newly released the police cam footage, and I thought this was something that was worthy of talking about because we're living in a police state. I wish I could play Dead Prez, but I can't. We're going to get a copyright strike. But if you haven't heard of Dead Prez, DEADPREZ, look them up because they were like political rappers in the, was it the late 90s?
Yeah.
The late
yeah,
90s,
I've
something
heard of
like
Dead
that.
Prez. I like them. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Look them up because they are, it will feed your soul. I mean, it fed mine. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But this just recently happened. It was in the, hi, Sean. Sean's in the house.
What's up, Sean?
So it'll feed your soul because, well, Dead Prez will. But this is a trigger warning for you guys. It's another situation where the police are too scary. And when the police show up, somebody going to jail or somebody about to die. And so we need to talk about how we need to change policing in this country. So can I share that and we can
Meet on the other side.
go ahead.
I was just saying you could share it and we can meet on the other side. I'm
Exactly.
interested in seeing if anyone agrees with me that there should be a mandatory community policing mandate in America. Period.
Jasmine Sherman agrees with that.
I mean, community police, period. We should not have police that come from other parts of other states or even outside communities to come in and produce, police communities where they can give a shit about the people's lives. How is that? How we paying for that? We paying for murder. That's
And
what we doing.
Yeah, and I feel it's worth pointing out. There's a bit of hypocrisy maybe every time there's a big protest, they criticize the protesters coming from out of state or whatever, the foreign influence involved in this protest that's not from this town or whatever. It's like they don't really have the local interest at heart, whatever. You can't trust them for what they say. Well, apply that logic to your policing then, hey? No, can't have it both ways, right? But they have to eat their cake and have it too.
So before I play this, Jacqueline, no, can you drop a link and we'll play it. So while Jacqueline's doing that, I'm gonna go to this. It's a definite trigger warning, you guys. Sean says 100, Michael. 100.
And as far as that Manchester police thing, those algorithms really do kind of only show those of us who are in the loop of this particular issue and who want to know about it. Otherwise, if you're not looking for it, you won't find it. So
this is kind of long. I just want to just mention that it's kind of long because it goes through the entire part where when the police show up to when they kill her. So
can we chop it up? Like come back and just touch a little base or something?
We can.
All right. If it gets too extended,
yeah,
we can chop it up.
We can. Just somebody say something. If you want something to say, I'll pause it. Okay. Here we go. Trigger warning. Oh, let me just mention, she called the police. She called them for help. Okay, here we go.
Right. Good to know. Right. A good pretext.
There's a bike sitting back there. Where? On the back door. I don't know if it's hers. I love tapping. Search warrant. Pretty nice in contact with us because someone threw a brick to it. You want to try and call her 17 back here?
Okay, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit when she opens the door.
Well, it's hard to know what you don't really want to clip anything from this kind of a video, but maybe could have.
Yeah, I'm just gonna speed it up till she opens the door. So give me a second, please.
Because then, as soon as
There she
you
is.
skip stuff, you're taking it out of context, right? But it's
No,
gotta
I
wait
just
till the
wanted, I
interaction
just wanted to
begins.
speed it
That's
up
not-
until
yeah,
she
yeah.
opens the door.
Yeah.
So here we go.
You don't need to be wasting time on nothing. So
There it is.
Somebody is out here and I need to go ahead. Please don't hurt me.
Oh, we hurt you. You called us.
Okay, please.
So what'd you hear?
Somebody keeps outside my house, y'all. Please,
Is this your car over here?
Please, God, please, God, please.
Is this your car over here? Oh,
Please, God.
that's not your black car in the driveway?
Mm-mm,
Oh, well, we checked your yard. We walked around the whole block. We didn't see anybody.
mm-mm.
Right? You know, we don't. We checked the whole area. There's nobody out walking around.
I know, y'all. Please, God, please, God. I'm trying to get help, y'all, but
What do you need help with?
nothing. I just, please, God, please, God, please. I don't know what to do.
Do with what?
Huh?
What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if I could help me.
What do you want help with?
Huh?
What do you want help with?
I heard somebody outside.
Yeah, we checked your house. We checked your backyard. I walked all the way through all these backyards. We checked your front yard.
We didn't see nobody.
Yeah,
So
nobody's out here.
You didn't see anybody?
Nope.
nope.
No.
Checked the whole area.
Was that a
It took you
gunshot?
so long to answer the door.
Oh, I was trying
Sounds
to.
like a vibration from a phone.
I'm sorry. I was trying to get.
I got you. All right.
Sorry.
Is there anything else we can do for you?
Huh?
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure.
My medicine and stuff.
All right.
What's that
I
noise?
love y'all. Thank y'all.
All right. That's not your black car though. The SUV. Whose is it?
Wow.
Mm,
You don't know? If someone just parked it in your driveway.
They brought it to my driveway.
And just left it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's run that.
Yeah. 19. I got a 24.
Does anyone else live here with you?
Somebody else. Like,
David Mary 43556.
You got a name? You got an idea or something?
What is that noise?
Catch this.
I hear it.
okay.
It sounds like somebody beating on something. They could be hitting.
yeah, that sounds like gunshots or something like.
It sounds like gunshots or firecrackers or something.
Yeah.
Nobody's
It
alarmed
is
about
because
that?
it's July 6th. It's July 6th.
Oh, okay. So they're just shooting off the rest of their firecrackers.
So they were like saying goodbye Like, have a nice.
Let me
And then-
pause. Let me
Yeah,
pause.
I
I'm
need,
sorry.
I got
Yeah.
the sheriff
One
department
second.
here, but I was calling for help from
If we
y'all.
went back a little bit, they were saying they were like about to close the door. They're saying,
They
"Have
were
a good
about
night,
to
ma'am."
leave.
And then they thought, "Wait, hey, wait!
And
And
then
now they're
all
in
of a
your
sudden,
house.
they're in your house.
What the fuck was that?"
And why are they harassing you and asking you to do shit in your house when you
Wait, hold
call?
on. No, you have to be by the
I'm
mic.
sorry. I was just asking, why do they have to, come into your house and then start feeling like they are at risk or something is going to harm them? No one invited you in here.
Mhm.
Hi, Desert Mantis.
Well, it seemed. I think if we're observing that woman's behavior, it seems like she may have claimed that she's okay mentally, but she didn't really seem like the perfectly normal, lucid,
In
like
your
regular.
house.
There seemed like a little bit of a loopiness. I don't know, drugs or
A
alcohol,
little bit.
or
A
who
little
knows?
bit. But that's
You really
okay.
have to yeah, that's not their
That's our business.
that's not their role of investigation. That's for a psychiatrist or that like mental health or doctors.
Jack, this is what we were asking. Why are they asking about the car? Like, what does that have anything to do with? Now, Sean has obviously seen this video because he says this man needs to be under the jail. So Sean has seen this video. So let me just keep playing it
I think
for
they're maybe
the rest
asking
of
about
us
the
who
car.
haven't seen it.
As
Go
far
ahead.
as why would they ask about the car, I think they're looking for a pretext to stick around. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Jacqueline says this woman wasn't doing all right mentally. This man is hardly the person to deal with this aggressive and overbearing manner. So we're gonna talk about that, like reimagining policing, but we got to get through the video first because it is something to see. I have two, just to not be biased, but let's just keep going with this.
They're here in my house right now.
On screen.
Okay, I'll let you go. You can talk to them.
No, hold on. Wait a second, sir.
You can hang up, Codwell. It's good.
You're there with the deputy, correct?
No, hold on, okay?
You can hang
Hold
up.
on for what?
Just 1 second, okay? Okay.
What's up?
I got some paperwork. Can you grab that Bible, please?
Hey, I just need your name so we can get out of here. Was there any damage previous to your car?
Previous, yeah, it
Okay,
was
what was the damage?
a dent, I believe.
What about windows?
Oh, it was something that happened earlier.
Okay, perfect. What is your last name? Shouldn't have to think about your last name. You're not in trouble. I just need to attach.
Massey.
Huh?
Massey.
You have an ID? That'd make things so much easier. I just need shit. Just driver's license will do, and I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will
What?
get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just
from-
get your ID. real
Well, let's
quick
get your
so I
ID
can attach
first, and then
it. One task at a time here.
Okay, let me
Here,
find-
grab your ID for me.
Okay.
Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
You
just in that
have-
stack right there, maybe.
1 second.
Check on her.
Let me get this.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away
Nowhere.
from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
I rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay, I'm
Drop
sorry.
the fucking pot!
The fucking
Drop
Here
the
it
fucking
goes.
pot! Drop! Drop the fucking pot!
19 shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the fucking pot!
It came out of nowhere. What the fuck was that?
Okay, so can we talk about this for a second? But okay, go ahead.
My
T.
question is, I need everybody that watch this, no matter when. How did it escalate to unsafe? Or you feeling threatened? How did it escalate that fast, that quick? That's my question.
He wanted.
It doesn't matter what he wants. I just mean, prove it, man. Prove you felt in danger.
So can we talk about this this picture, this image of the Viking calendar on his arm? Because some people say that it's completely harmless, like that doesn't mean anything. But I've also seen on Discord, on Reddit, that people are saying that white supremacists have adopted that Viking calendar in recent years. I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know.
It would not shock
Does,
me.
does
You'd
anybody
have
know?
the there's a lot of what's it called, like Sons of Odin, kind of like the Northern European Nazi underground kind of organizations. Like they have a lot of that symbolism involved in their uh, whatever you call it, their aesthetic, as far as their appeal to the youth and stuff. So this
Sean,
seems plausible to me.
Sean says it's a naval. Do you mean like the Navy? It's a naval white supremacy adjacent symbol. I'm just trying to learn because I'm not quite sure. So they I was told in the beginning that Viking calendar was completely harmless, and then people started adopting
So
it. Okay,
this is
Sean says
maybe
yes, Navy.
maybe this is a good thing to point out that a lot of these symbolism that the far right people like to use, they always co-opt everything, right? Like
Mm,
it's kind of already a point well known, but the swastika was never, like, originally it was a very like different meaning symbol, and then by turning it into what they want it to, whatever, they completely like rob. It's like cultural appropriation, right? So, but then a lot of people like to say white people have no culture, right? Let's not go there.
Well, white people don't have culture. Irish people, Polish people, Scottish people, like like people from a country have culture. When they say white people don't have culture, they're talking about white people in America. They don't have culture.
Yeah, and when we're talking about Vikings, we're talking about a time from that before there were countries, and but then a lot of these countries, part of their like identifying with their nationalism, it's kind of identifying with their culture that it was before nationalism existed. It's a little bit of a thing that nobody really actually thinks about while they're doing it.
Talks about,
Yeah,
thinks about,
yeah.
does about. Yeah, so like you see how far away these two police officers were from her in her kitchen? There was a there is no like how did you just shoot her out of nowhere? It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I have another one to show you guys because I don't want to seem biased, like I'm just saying things about the the police when it comes to black men and black women, which they do. Up, up. Tosh wants to tap in. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I just want Kamala Harris is about to, and the Democrats are about to do a serious push for black support. They're going to ride the coattails of that, right? If the police requirements or requirements for the law officials in our communities
Uh
is not
oh.
mandatorily changed and black people continue to support her because or any democratic push about black this black that, if they do not demand a mandatory change in policing qualifications, please don't ask me for a vote. Please don't send me a text message asking me for a donation of a damn dollar. It's
Hmm.
ridiculous that black people cannot separate the two and compartmentalize their brains to say, yeah, she's a black woman, maybe she needs to change, or holding people accountable. There's no way we're supposed to pay for the opportunity to be murdered by police officers supposed to protect us.
Well said. Yeah, couldn't
Okay,
have said it better.
so
Yeah.
I yeah, she good job, Tosh. So I wanted to show this because I don't want people to think that I'm being biased. Like um, it's policing in America. They do over police black neighborhoods. They absolutely do. And all those people, let me just take this off for a second, because all those all the white people in the, hi Rondo, peace, fam.
Hey, Rondo.
So all the people in those chats that say, oh, they're only 13%. No, they're only a certain percent of the population, but they do 13% of the crime, whatever that what. So
Dog whistle
basically,
thing.
yeah, that gaslighting thing. You're only telling me that police are over policing our neighborhoods. That's all that means. That doesn't mean anything else to me.
Well, this is what you call a crime when you see the evidence, right? Like, you see how
Mhm.
they manufacture whatever kind of narrative they want.
So here's another trigger warning. Okay, I wanted to show that police, most times they are very, very, very um, much nicer and forgiving when it's a white person. But here's Daniel Schaefer, 2017. It's a trigger warning again, folks. So I hope
It's okay. It's time
okay.
to air this out. Like otherwise, nothing changes, and maybe not us talking about it won't exactly do what we hope, but doesn't mean we shouldn't try, right? That's like people tell you to shut up and go away. Like no.
Yeah. Shut up and dribble.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Newly released body camera footage of this police shooting shows Daniel Shaver's last moments. Police were responding to reports of a man pointing a rifle out of a hotel room window.
Hands up in the air! You do that again, we're shooting you. Do you understand? Please do not shoot me.
Begging for his life.
Then listen to my instructions. I'm trying to do it. Don't talk, listen! Hands straight up in the air. Do not put your hands down for any reason. You think you're gonna fall, you better fall on your face. Your hands go back in the small of your back or down. We are going to shoot you. Do you understand me?
An officer then orders Shaver to crawl.
You're muted.
I just want to say this man is itching to hit the trigger. Itching.
Can I piggyback off what you're saying?
Go ahead.
Look at the power trip of all of these incidents. I'm a share a list of how many black incidents in like the last 5 to 10 years. I'm gonna look it up because one of my friends got it.
Okay.
But I want you to look at the unnecessary like lethal force that has been used, and we don't have to just say black people if it's gonna make everybody feel fuzzy and comfortable. But the majority of the time, black people get that kind of brunt.
Hey, Sean, go
The
ahead.
power trip is what I'm
Handle your
saying.
business. We'll see you soon. Yes, Rondo, this is the joint that happened in the hotel. So let's just continue.
Crawl toward him. Shaver complies, but then moves his right hand behind him despite the warning. Officer Philip Mitchell Brailsford fires 5 rounds, killing Shaver. Brailsford was charged with second-degree murder over this January 2016 shooting. In an interview with police, he said he thought Shaver was going for a gun, saying, quote, "He could have easily and quickly drawn a weapon down on us and fired without aiming. And he could have hit us or the citizen that we had just detained." No gun was found on Shaver. Brailsford was acquitted last week, his defenders saying his actions were justified.
Pretty much every use of
Oh, muted again. Sorry. Got to unmute.
I'm sorry. So
Okay.
you hear they're saying his actions were justified. Anyone who owns a gun, I'm not even a police officer, but I know if I have my gun out, my finger should not just be on the trigger. It should be on the side of the gun, and I should be looking and paying attention. And then when it is justified for me to put my finger on my trigger, then I put on the trigger and boom, boom, boom. What's going on?
So he instructed him to do these steps to follow to get down on the ground, and then he told him to crawl, and then shot him for crawling. But I guess he tried to make his instructions too complicated. He tried to say not to lift your elbow beyond a certain place, and the guy's confused and scared to death. So it's like one wrong move and you're dead, right? And then so that's an extreme amount of pressure to put somebody on, and a lot of people aren't really able to handle it, and they pay with their life, and that's not okay. Like, and then the court system has to go and justify that this cop's irrational fear is not irrational. It's actually completely justified. It's that it doesn't matter if there was any actual threat revealed at the end, that there was no weapon involved. The fact that there could have been justifies. It's like you letting a paranoid schizophrenic tell you what is safe and to believe and whatnot, right?
Or a power hungry person, because what this incident and the incident with Miss Sonia has in common, and what you just said, Michael, how can you lawfully follow instructions and still fucking die?
Exactly.
How can somebody tell you to put something down, you make a gesture to put it down, and then you die?
Yeah.
Stop this fucking shit, man. We cannot continue to accept this. How? Any of us could be subject to that at any time. Like right now, us talking in here, somebody could knock at the door, misread the damn warrant address, come in this house and kill us unjustly, and then get some fucking pass legally that says that they were justified. Man, get out of here if I'm accepting that anymore. Hell no.
So the thing is, this is the conversation we have to have about like people that were at war, that came from the military. They should not be police, because they are trained to kill, and in their brain they're just like, I'm here to kill. Ex-military should not be police officers. It just shouldn't happen. I have one more to show you, and then I'm gonna get off my I'm gonna land my plane, if that's okay. But this one is extremely interesting, because this man is he's a mental health professional, and his patient like got out some kind of way or something, and he's like sitting in the street with a toy, and the mental health professional is trying to like talk him down, and the police are there, and they shoot the mental health professional.
Oh my gosh. See, I was prepared to hear you say like the mental health professional was trying to help the crazy person, and the crazy person shot the mental health professional. That's that's what people would think, right?
Did.
No.
And the man said, "Well, I'm gonna let you hear it for yourself, okay?"
Because it was all recorded.
Yes.
Outrage this morning after a behavioral therapist was shot by an officer after he held his hands in the air, lying on the ground, his patient with autism sitting right nearby. ABC's Gio Benitez has more on this story. Good morning to you, Gio.
Amy, good morning to you. That new video taking social media by storm overnight. The unarmed black behavioral therapist shot by police on the streets of Miami. And police say it all started when they got a call about a man threatening suicide. Watch, just moments before the shooting, you can see 47-year-old Charles Kinsey, his hands raised in the air. The video released overnight by his lawyer. Kinsey in the yellow shirt works at an assisted living facility. And the man at his feet is a 23-year-old with autism who ran away from the group home. Listen as Kinsey talks to police. Kinsey even tries to calm the young man with autism. At some point, one of the officers shoots Kinsey, but he survives and speaks with Fox station WSVN from his hospital bed, recounting what he told that officer.
And I'm telling him again, sir, it's no need for a firearm. I'm unarmed. He's an artistic guy. He had a toy truck in his hand. When he hit me, I'm like, I still got my hands in the air. I say, no, I just got shot. And I'm standing there, I'm like, sir, why did you shoot me? And his words to me, he said, I don't know.
Video of the actual shooting hasn't been released, but this is the moment right after. And this morning, Kinsey is expected to make a full recovery. The North Miami Police Department has placed the officer on administrative leave, and the local state attorney's office is now investigating it.
Gio, this is.
Let's just put him. Let's just take a doc 2 weeks pay from him, right? You know, put him on a mental health leave. Right? I'm sure the mental health the officer's shaken up from what he did. Right? You're muted again. Sorry.
I'm sorry. It's because me and Todd Smith and I are sharing the same mic.
It's all good.
So okay, thank you. So what happens is they put them on administrative leave, and then they might fire them. They don't get criminally charged. They just fire them, and then they go to another county, like really close to their home. And then they do the same thing all over again.
Yeah.
And that's why we're saying that only people from the community should police their community, because you have more empathy, more understanding for the people that you are policing.
That last example was utterly ridiculous.
Wait.
Go ahead.
He's still talking.
Go ahead,
Let him finish.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, like that example of an autistic man and his behavioral therapist with hands in the air. What kind of an idiot doesn't fucking know what the fuck to do? Like,
right. Where you're training.
Really, there is no excuse at all. Like, just don't even take any job anywhere ever again. Go fucking think about what you did for the rest of your life in a fucking corner and never come back. Like,
right. I was going to say the reason why community policing would be such a valuable thing is because you would have to answer to the fucking community. If you kill somebody and they know your ass, you know what I'm saying? Like, suppose Sonia Macy, right? The police that shot her was somebody who, in that community, that people knew him. You know what I mean? That motherfucker wouldn't rest. You would have to leave the community and go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you go somewhere else, we got community connections. They gonna know about your bitch ass too. But they protect them. They protect them legally.
Another solution that is about having, instead of these internal investigations, the investigation should have people in the community on the board having these investigations.
Please read this.
What is Rondo saying? We are Americans. We don't quit because we're wrong. We just keep doing the wrong thing till it turns out right. The Boondocks.
Mm-hmm.
Rondo is my guy. He always come through with the realness, with the blackness.
It's funny. I didn't realize your face would become my. I don't know how to fix that.
Oh, how'd that happen?
I don't know. Maybe
I don't even know how that happened.
I don't know. I'll figure it out another
time.
Funny. I was just having a cigarette. Sorry.
So, Michael, now you're a black woman.
I'm wearing your face.
Black face.
Hey.
Sorry. All right.
So it's Desert Manta says it's important to remember ACAB. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to show what happened. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Abby's face is fine. Desert Manta says it's important to remember that all cops are bastards. I remember when I was in I think I was in Vienna. I took a picture of it. Somebody put on like a side of a building, ACAB, and I was like, holy shit. Okay. Let me take a picture. It's not just us.
Yeah. if you go looking on the internet, there's a good amount of examples of that stuff, but they like to erase the evidence, but people keep putting it back up there.
Yes. Tasmit it says to Jacqueline, "You are awesomeness." All of
sweet.
all of our people in the chat are awesomeness. They really, they come through. They have a lot to say, and we appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, I've learned a lot from you guys the past year. So
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So,
right.
oh, go ahead. You want to say something?
I'm putting this down.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. American policing is actually a child of the American slave catcher system. So I have the slave patrol badge looks exactly like the police badge. They just went from vagrancy laws to racial profiling in plain sight. Yeah, that's very interesting. Let me see if I could pull that up. I could probably just show you guys. Michael, you want to say something while I'm looking that up?
well, I think what we were saying about what we were going to talk about as far as after watching those videos was as far as people with all cops are bad is one thing, but then abolishing the police is kind of a tricky thing to
I don't I
tackle
don't be- I
in
don't believe
reality,
in
in real
I don't
ways.
believe in abolishing I don't
What is
believe
to
in
be done?
abolishing police.
Yeah.
Oh, Tosh Schmidt has something to say.
I'm just agreeing with you guys. I mean, you see, if you use language like abolishing police or defund the police, then you arm those people who take advantage to manipulate shit like that. We are not saying we don't want to be protected. We are not saying that we don't believe in the true fundamentals of what policing is supposed to be. But what we don't believe in is willful fucking murder. Willful murder in our face. Now nobody can sit there and tell me that Miss Sonia Messi
Massey.
Massey. I'm sorry, excuse me. She was supposed to die. How the hell you call the police and you're supposed to die?
Right.
That
What
that would put fear in people
it
to
seems
say I
like when you
shouldn't call
call the
police.
it seems like when you call the police, somebody going to jail, even if
Or they gonna die if
they
you
not
black.
supposed to, or somebody about to die. And if you black,
It's a
the
higher increase of
the
percentage.
percentage gets higher and higher. So this is what I wanted to show you. Can you see that? So
I
it
just
don't
you
look
can't ignore
good.
your history. I didn't read the bottom, but what is it? You can't ignore your history. Always remember who they are. Yeah.
There it is. You
It
see
takes
it?
a moment for the camera to adjust. But yeah, I see. Yeah.
So you see, Tasha.
Hey, bro,
I mean, I'm
just told
sorry,
you
I
something
just stopped
happened.
you. Go back that way. You keep messing up my computer.
Yeah, I've done a nice amount of research on those kinds of symbols throughout history and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Yeah. So this one right here, it says Slave Patrol. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then that's the police. They're
Mhm.
the same people.
Yeah. And then when you look at like the coat of arms that are often like on the websites, whatever police, like counties and all over the town, like the country, and even like similarities between Canada and the States, whatever. There's a lot of history that they put into their imagery as police officers and stuff that they draw on from a colonial past. And it's very obvious when you do the research.
Yeah, Jacqueline asked, "Oop,
Sorry.
I don't know what happened.
That was me.
That was you? Okay. Oh, okay. So do you have family liaison officers in the US or any states? I have a family member that was a dispatcher for the police. I'm not against police. I'm saying y'all got to do better.
But then a lot of people say, "Oh, you can't trust this woman who's like speaking out of both sides of her mouth or whatever. She's against police, but not against police. It's like people
No,
want
I'm
to have that nice black and white. Just get rid of them. Easy done, peasy, right?
I'm against the system as it is today. That's what I'm against.
Sure.
If that makes sense. I'm not against the police. I think we do need to have a system of like there do need people need protection, but they protect property and not people. And they sure as hell don't protect black people. So I mean that's what I'm saying.
Right. Well, this is where there's like a difference between anarchists and communists there, where anarchists are happy to try and establish a state without a police, period. And then in a communist society, if there were an actual revolution, just hypothetically, not preaching anything, you do, right? It's just if there were a revolution, then there would be, after the fact, a reestablishment of order, and theoretically an organization that would carry out the functions of the police. And it would be a little bit ridiculous to just simply change the name, put a different label on it, and have the police do what police do. Did you hear? Sorry if you hear the crotch rocket go by.
My goodness. Okay, so there are some comments. So let's address each of them. So Rondo says, life is a smooth shade of gray between black and white. We know that we can't just abolish domestic security forces, but there is definitely a need for racial transformation. Radical. I'm sorry. It was probably, thank you. For radical transformation. Absolutely. There's definitely a need for that. Jacqueline says a family liaison officer is someone who, what happened?
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
A family liaison officer is someone who offers tea and sympathy to a family who has lost a member to murder, but they are also there to discreetly find out if any member of the family could be involved. Oh, so that's in the UK? Jacqueline's in the UK, so I'm assuming she's talking about something that's going on in the UK.
Yeah,
that's pretty interesting.
I think the UK and to Canada, to a similar extent, are more trying to do a much more psychological, social engineering approach to policing. So they're trying to get inside your head and pretend to be your friend while being the cop, as opposed to just I don't need to be your friend if I just beat you into submission, right?
Jacqueline said, poor Abby nearly had a heart attack. Close your window. But this book recommendation, I'm sorry. Okay. You just put that up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The police put themselves into that isolated position because they don't consider themselves to be civilians. That's a really good, they consider themselves above us. Okay, you could say it.
Sean. That was Sean said that?
No, that's Rondo.
Okay, I agree with you, but this is where that compartmentalizing comes into play. They may not consider themselves as civilians, but they consider their families as civilians, don't they? Their children who go to the schools where teachers supposed to protect and teach and educate them.
She about to cook.
Hold up.
Cook it.
Hold up. I'm saying the police rely on us to be able to have a family and function in a fucking community, right? So if they could rely on us to take care of their fucking family, their sick ass old parents in nursing homes and whatever the fuck, if you're going to rely on everyday citizens for you and your family, but you're going to turn around and kill me because I called your raggedy ass for support and help, man, get off that. Anybody that try to convince me to support somebody who clearly doesn't support us as a community, kiss it. That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
She cooked. So Desert Mansion, she cooked.
Hmm?
Desert
Flip it,
Mantis
you know?
has a book recommendation.
Desert Man, I knew your
the-
comment meant that. I totally did not take it out of context. I knew what you were saying, and I laughed. That was funny.
what?
I'm
I'm talking about a
Desert
book rec.
Mantis said when you a comment, it was just misinterpreted in the chat, and I was just clearing it up.
Oh, okay. I ain't got nothing to do with that. So the book recommendation, The End of Policing by, is that
Vital?
Vital?
I'm not sure.
Forget the first name. Can you look that up, please?
What is it? I can't see.
You see it?
VITAL?
You see it on the End of Policing by Vital. Okay, we're gonna try to pull it up, Desert Mantis, or you could put the link in the chat, and we could all pull it up. Y'all bad. Desert said, "Calm down, Tashmit. Calm down."
When they stop killing us.
Yeah.
I'm way back in the comments. Vitale.
It means life-giving.
Vital means life-giving.
It's a origin from Latin.
Okay.
And it means
so
life-giving.
let me read it to everybody, because words have meaning. So Vital or Vitali, I think is how he's telling us to pronounce it, I guess. It's of Latin origin. We should all go back to Latin because that's where the English language comes from. But anyway, it means life-giving. Vitale, I guess. Vitali sounds vital and is a boy's name of Latin origin meaning life-given. It is more commonly known nowadays as a surname in Italy and particularly in Russia, where, yes, Vitali is a short form of many Russian surnames. Okay, thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
for
it
that.
does seem more Italian, but I've got my French school training, so then that's kind of what comes to mind first. So.
So,
go ahead.
So, well, I was just saying, because we're almost like an hour in, should we give a segue into what we were thinking about discussing next week on Noteworthy? Should we do that? Because
yeah, well, it seems like they said at the beginning, I forget who it was, that everyone's on all at the same time. So I'm not sure if this is what's going to end up happening every week, but there's a little bit of a competition going on here for the audience, right? So, oh well.
Everybody that's supposed to be here is here right now.
That's good. Yeah, it's all good.
And that's that.
Can I ask a question?
You have to get the mic closer to you.
Okay, my question is, like, let's suppose you have people that want to see tonight's episode, but they were unable to make it.
They might still watch
They
it.
can comment. They can watch
They
it later.
can watch it later, yeah.
So
then we have
what I'm
yeah, sorry.
Huh?
Sorry to interrupt.
I was going to ask that if you guys are tuning in at a later time and you have some comments to enter the content, enter the things that we discuss, what would be great is if you could leave some comments, and then next week, if there's something pressing or something that we need to come back and revisit, y'all could do that. Because a lot of the times you guys get people to come watch you guys. Like you said, if it's competing with something else, people still want to tune in and watch and hear what you have to say, but it might be at a later time, like, maybe 10 o'clock tonight or whatever, they watch it. And I would like to know that there's a window for them to still be able to talk to you, communicate with you, and to hit their, like if you create a segment and say, all right, we're going to just take a look at some questions from last time, that some of the information, you know what I'm saying? Like a revisit type thing.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying, and I don't go back. Like once we're done with a live chat, I don't go back and look at comments later.
We need to be doing
I just let it go.
The bit different, right? But it would be a bit more structured going forward, but it takes time and practice and
and, and people.
Yeah.
Oh, but what you're saying, Tosh Schmidt, I've said before, if anybody wants us to cover something, DM me on X.
Yeah.
And because this is a community.
Right.
That's what we want. DM
And
me
also,
on X.
if you have a disagreement with some of our takes, and that may be a reason why you feel like you don't want to keep watching us, maybe it would be helpful to leave some constructive criticism. Perhaps we'd be able to change our mind, even if it's a valuable insight that you give us. So, yeah. Anyway, yes, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.
Thank you, Sean. T, don't change them that quick. Some people read slow, like me.
Okay.
I read very slow, but I'm not slow. Jacqueline, she's so sweet. This is my live chat home now.
Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Feel honored.
We love you. It's an honor and a privilege, right, Michael? Because we not everybody's cup of tea. So if we are your cup of tea, then hey, come back. So what we're going to discuss, I don't know, everything's moving so fast. What we were thinking about discussing next week, I can share real quick. My phone?
My phone.
Oh, here's your phone. There you go. So I'm about to share it right now. Just to give a hint of what we're talking about. Oh, RBN is live now. Savvy's up later. So we got to wrap it up. Hi, Bryce. Bryce Smith is in the house. We got to wrap it up because I know you guys want to, I know what you do.
Yeah.
Hey, Bryce, I just want to say I have some Smiths in my family. We might be long lost relatives.
That'd be cool.
So this is so I'm just gonna go with the headline. Okay. This just came out today, breaking news that California Governor Gavin Newsom orders sweep of homeless encampments in the entire state of California. Where are they supposed to go? Oh, Jimmy's live too? Oh, shit.
Right. But it's good for you to bring this up because with everything bigger going on, I don't know if it's not very polite to even call it bigger, right? But with the Trump shooting, with the Biden stepping down, Kamala story thing going on, the wars going on, Netanyahu coming in to do that ridiculous speech with the ridiculous fake standing ovation. A lot of these people are being completely forgotten about, and because they're being forgotten about, the state is taking the opportunity to get rid of them. So it is very important to highlight them.
Yeah, so I thought that was something Sean, Gavin Gruesome. I thought that was really interesting. Tosh Schmidt, you talked about that in your podcast on Tuesday about Gavin Newsom.
I was just saying he's making plays. He's keeping his name relevant. He's like the thing that I mentioned was that he made a move for some sports thing, or he tried to do a populist move. And I want to pay attention to is if he's going.
Sorry, you just had a bit of clipping in and out there.
Yeah, I heard that. That's why I stopped. I want to know if he's going to be a support to Kamala Harris, or if he's going to be like, how they always have that thorn in your side. If they want to push for her, but he still want to make a play for himself. I just want you to see the dirtiness in the Democratic Party, and not be so pro-Republican. You know how some people turning on Democrats to go to Republicans. Pay attention to the dirt that's going to be on both sides.
You're
That's
talking
what I
to the
want to say.
wrong people. We already post a duopoly.
I'm talking to the new people
But
that might
for
come
anyone, good. Always good to remember. If anyone stumbles in
Yeah,
who has
they need to know too.
Okay, I understand.
Because I saw I went to go get my hair cut, right, and there was an elderly woman, black woman, just before me had just finished getting her hair cut, and she was just talking about how she was happy to hear the news of Kamala Harris becoming the vice president nominee, and then she had actually I forget now. She said she had to go. She was going to go meet with like the first black senator, secretary of state. I think some kind of.
Michael, I was on a podcast, and my mother came in here, and because I take care of my mom. I'm a caregiver, and so she came in here and she's like, "Oh, I got this text, and it's about donating to Kamala Harris's campaign." She wanted me, because I'm in control of her finances, because I'm her caregiver. She wanted me to donate. I said, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah.
She got so mad at me. Bad Cookies is here. Hey, Bad Cookies.
Hey, what's up, Bad Cookies?
Is this a
and
good
also,
time?
I don't know if I said what's up, Robbie, or whoever, Sean. Yeah.
Is Mastermind here too?
I don't
Somebody said, hey, oh, Mastermind is here. This is a
whoever
good
we missed,
time.
hello.
This is a good time to plug, the shows. So Monday is Civilian Discourse at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, with Mastermind and myself. Tuesday, the people asked, like Tosh Mitt and Firecracker, they're both coaches. One is a basketball coach, Tosh Mitt, and Firecracker is a track coach. So they did a show about Black athletes and politics, and the people asked that they come back, and you got to give the people what they want. Wednesday, please go to the 10 Rabbit podcast. That's Bad Cookies and Mastermind. They are both comedians, and they're hella funny. I mean, hella funny.
And they also know a thing or two. So
they also know a thing or two. And then Thursday, come right back over here with Noteworthy with
but Tin Rabbit
Nahilo Nordstrom.
Tin Rabbit's at 9 p.m. Eastern. I don't know if you mentioned
9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, which means in the South, that's 8 p.m. Central.
Yeah. So, and then, so we hit up all the announcements.
Jacqueline is so sweet. 100% fam. 100%.
And for Sean, he asked earlier, he hoped things went well or whatever. My ex didn't show up, so then they wanted to kick things down the road again or whatever, because they got the times mixed up and they gave us the email about the correct time, but I guess she got mixed up anyway. So of course, you never get the resolution you're wanting, right? Anyway, but at least it's a stay of execution.
Well, I mean that's what they. I'm going back to the police now. I'm thinking about his name is escaping me real quick. Kalief Browder. Kalief Browder. Thank you. Kalief Browder. How someone accused him of stealing a book pack, and he just refused to admit to it because he said, I didn't do it. They had him. He was 16 years old. They had him. Give me a second. He was 16 years old. They had him in Rikers Island for 3. It was like 2 years or 3 in solitary confinement. And every time they brought him back to court, it was like they just kept torturing him. They brought him back to court, and they're like, take the plea deal. No, I'm not taking it because I didn't do it.
They're abusing the process. And then they're pretending as if they have the right to do that. And now the rest of the process has meaning because there's such thing as like a mistrial or whatever. I don't know what kind of word to use if it's not a trial technically, but they
Mhm.
can abuse the process so badly that they can no longer apply whatever ruling at all.
I'm
Like,
about to let you
sorry
speak.
to interrupt. but
No,
yeah.
no, you're fine. You're fine. Keep going. Keep going with your.
I'm done. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because she wants to tap in so bad, and I was just asking her to let me finish. Because Khalif Browder, in the end, because he would not take the plea deal, they ended up having to let him go. He went to school. He went to a community college. He was having straight A's, and then when they tried to put it, when he something happened, and they were trying to put him back in jail, the PTSD from his experience, he hung himself. He was so scared to go back to jail that he hung himself and killed himself at, I think he was like 20 years old or something like that. It was a very sad situation. Okay, you want to talk?
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
I don't mean to pressure you. What I was saying was I covered the Khalif Browder story with my students. It was middle school students at the time. And it was like back-to-back things. Tamir Rice was happening. You guys know Tamir Rice, right?
The 12-year-old.
The 12-year-old that was gunned down for just walking around with a
you
BB
have to
gun.
ask the chat if they know him. I don't know.
Okay.
If they
I
do.
get the names.
Well,
I
we
don't
could-
know the names as well. Cause,
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was still one of those kind of
I'm about
cases.
Yeah.
I'm about to pull it up right now.
Okay, while she's
I've
pulling them
likely
out,
heard this one.
I'm just saying how Khalif Browder was not convicted or found guilty. It was an assumption of a backpack. He spent 2 years in solitary confinement
In Rikers Island.
in Rikers for a backpack.
Not just no regular prison.
Not just regular. And then there's video evidence of how the police, the security guards, the inmates with him abused and beat him to, just beat his ass. But then to make it even worse, the same political stuff we're talking about, the same thing Abidou just mentioned about him getting a court date and having to go make an appearance, they continued, and this was black people, continued to pass the buck to, pass his court date, kick the can down the road. Every time they kicked the can down the road, he had to return to Rikers Island. He had to return to the torturous fucking environment that he was there for, accusing him of stealing a backpack.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, just to be clear, the person was not even Americans. Because I'm trying to pull this up. The person is not even an American citizen who accused him. They were like a Mexican citizen, and they went back to Mexico and was like, I don't even want to pursue this.
And he stayed in jail.
And he stayed in prison for 2 years.
For a backpack.
For
I
a
can understand.
backpack.
Yeah, I can understand that decision. Like, fuck this. I'm not even gonna pretend like I have a chance to. I'm just gonna stay and do the long, wait, whatever bullshit that they forced me to do, and nobody's gonna be able to understand. Like, they're not gonna believe me when I tell them the truth. Fine, I'm just gonna shut up, right? Like, because you took my tongue.
Jail is under a year. Prison is 1 year. Okay, so I apologize in advance because the person who usually is our admin is actually on the panel. So I know comments are going crazy and we're not able to address them the way we usually do. But here I go with Tamir Rice. Can you take that down, please?
Yes.
Okay. So Tamir Rice, he was 12 years old. He was playing in the park with a toy gun. Somebody called the police on him because they don't look at our black children as children. They look at them as they're not children to them. I don't even know how to explain it. But the police rolled up and in 12 seconds shot this boy for having a toy gun.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't talk to him.
Didn't say nothing.
Say, hey, son, you might not want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that reminds me of like in Afghanistan or something, or in Israel, how they would just kind of roll up and just shoot a kid kind of
I
for
see.
no reason, or like they have a reason, but it's not an actual reason. Like,
I've seen people talking about Israel and stuff in the chat, but I just haven't had a chance to.
yeah, we haven't really covered that. I think maybe we should return to the Ukraine and Israel Palestine coverage.
But here
But
we go.
it
You
is
ready?
heavy stuff. Yeah.
This is another trigger warning. Okay. Do y'all hear anything? I don't hear anything.
No, I don't hear anything.
No.
Oh, something happened. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me do it over. I heard it before, so I don't know why I don't hear it now. All right. So we're gonna try this again. In the meantime, thank you, Jacqueline. They don't treat black children as children, and yet they infantilize black adults. She said a whole word. Infantilize.
That's a new
Yeah.
word? No.
That's a new word for you?
No, to pronounce. I have.
You
issues
you know
pronouncing.
the meaning of the word? Because we
Yes, I do.
okay. So before I play this,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like words matter, so I'm gonna look up the word infantilize. It means
That means make
treat.
them like an infant.
May
Treating people like an infant.
may I read it? It means treat someone as a child or in a way which denies their maturity in age or experience. That's the definition of the word.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure we were there together. So let me play this about Tamir Rice. Remember, he was 12 years old. Oh, there is no.
Yeah, it's okay.
This
It
one.
must just because it's just a security camera.
It just shows you, yeah, how fast they pulled up and then just shot him.
Well, he approached the car and so of course it's because he should have waited on the bench or something. Like,
Okay.
I don't even want to try and rationalize on their behalf, right? Like,
So, okay, I want to explain that that person right there that ran up, that's his sister.
oh, okay.
Okay, so his sister runs up to like try to protect him or what have you. She's a child herself. She's not that much older than him. And look how the police handle her. They throw her on the ground. Manhandle her.
And they just killed her brother.
Yeah, they just killed her brother. That's why she's behaving in this manner. And then they manhandle her and throw her on the ground.
Because I've been kind of distraught before, right? You don't like, people need to recognize the need to separate people in distress from a threat. Like, it should be clear and obvious. I shouldn't have to explain it. Sorry, you're muted there. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I keep muting because Tosh and I have to
I know. It's all
communicate.
good.
She has something she wants to send me. But you remember that other laptop, it doesn't do well on StreamYard. The CPU isn't fast enough, so she has to send it to me. So that's what we were discussing. So Sebastian, hello. Good to see you again, my friend. I see. glad that you're here with us today.
Yeah, it's been a little while. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, we
Could have
haven't
been
seen
other
you in a
elsewhere.
little bit. Sebastian says, "Oh,
Oops, sorry.
did you just
So,
do
do you want me to try and share this link here?
that? You can, and now I'll do the chat, I guess.
All right. Here it is.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
And I know, but we have to talk to each other. Sebastian says police officers should have a bachelor. You know what is interesting about that comment? I can't remember where I found this. This man said that he was denied from being a police officer because his IQ, when he took the IQ test, his IQ was too high. So they want followers. Sean says, teamwork makes the stream work. That's very cute.
So I'm sorry, I wasn't quite. I was calling up the video. I wasn't quite catching what you were saying. Just about someone took an IQ test. They were too smart.
It was someone who wanted to become a police officer. He took the IQ test, and they said his IQ level was too high to be a police officer.
Yeah, I say bullshit. Whatever. It sounds like kind of hiring discrimination or something like that.
Well,
There's
it sounds like they want followers,
right. How's
and
that?
not leaders.
You can't have someone too smart to be a cop. Like that's maybe as a friend you're saying you're too smart to throw your life away getting shot or whatever. Being a noble person if you buy the propaganda, right? But then that's taking away someone's autonomy. That's like in a fascist system we would say smart people are not allowed to be cops. You're supposed to be a scientist or something. So we need your brain. So you're not allowed to be a cop. Like
we need your brain.
Your brain is ours. You don't really get to think for yourself.
Okay, Sean says they don't want rational people. They want pack dogs, not assistant dogs. So not a. Go ahead. You could talk.
I was just gonna remind y'all that our education system is not designed to create independent thinkers. They're created to create compliance workers. And it's even worse in the Black communities. Schools are designed to equip workers, not owners, not thinkers, workers.
And that's not just a teacher, that's a principal.
And that's not a conspiracy theory, okay? Anybody who feels the need to say you paranoid fuck or whatever for a swear jar or whatever, but how dare you accuse our education system of trying to brainwash children into being like little worker bees or except how dare you actually do that to my children? Like, sorry.
We have a new friend, a new comrade.
Oh, nice.
Yorp 31415. This is my first time seeing them. That's why I'm saying that. I mean, do you remember them?
Nope.
Welcome, comrade.
Oh, this is looks like a Rumble. I'm not sure if that will be a comment.
That is Rumble.
That's Rumble. True to YouTube.
That's Rumble.
Because we've been maybe neglecting Rumble. If we've been streaming there, we haven't been watching for any comments that come up over there. So that's a lot of attention splitting for me to do. So.
John H is in the house too.
Oh, nice. John, thanks for, even though you didn't show up on your subs, thanks for finding us. I don't feel like, I wonder if maybe we're being censored for some of the controversial takes or whatever, but I also feel it's just like YouTube takes the lesser known channels and just like leaves them to be forgotten on purpose, like not even for saying anything bad.
I'm not sure. John H just jumped in and he's jumping right back out. You got to go work. Go make your money, baby. Go ahead, boo-boo.
Thanks
make
for the solidarity.
Your money.
Peace.
Thank you for the solidarity.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
They can't hear you. Tasha, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Right.
We forget to say that. I hate saying it. I really do,
Well,
Michael.
it's because it's psychological, like social engineering and conditioning. So that's why I don't like saying. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. If anyone wants to challenge me on that, right? So then we've been conditioned to condition other people, and someone's gonna have to break that cycle. But we're not. I guess it's not gonna be us. I don't know. Like if we become irrelevant if you don't do it. It's this weird, slavish. Fuck you, YouTube. Sorry.
I told you Mike was off the
I love
chain.
it. Hey, I got something to say.
Go ahead.
Mastermind, I'm glad you just commented. I was talking to my favorite cousin today, catching up because we hadn't talked all summer. I want to tell you guys in this room what he did that made me instantly think of Mastermind. He did it. I swear to God, he laughed like that. And look, he does not know Mastermind yet. But when he did that, I swear I laughed so hard. I was like, what?
We love his laugh. It's really deep
It's so
and
awesome.
it's like a cadence.
It's awesome. I don't even know how to describe it.
I don't either.
It just makes me laugh and happy.
Wow. I forget who it was saying sounds like Chong from Cheech and Chong.
Maybe so.
Yeah. So someone said, no,
my
I think
gosh.
Heartlands Media or whatever. But yeah, shout out to Kit and Heartlands Media, INN. Actually, there's another podcast I have been thinking to try and remember to shout out, and it's called Active Measures. Little spin-off from the Gray Zone reporters, Kit Clarenberg. I can't remember the other guy's name off the top of my head at the moment.
I wanted
But-
to write down what he was saying.
Yeah, they are Gray Zone guys who are doing their own podcast now. It's a little bit more.
What's the name of it?
It's called Active Measures, and Kit's been like really banned off of Twitter and stuff. If you know who he is, he's a really effective journalist, reporter. I think he's like not sure if he lives in Serbia, but he's a Serbian.
Shout out to Heartlands Media. Desert Mantis says he said he said Mastermind has a Hillary Clinton laugh. That's just
Absolutely not.
that's just mean.
Her laugh is hard and phony. Just like Kamala. Listen to Kamala's laugh. Y'all gonna catch on.
No, that's not a laugh. It's a cackle.
I don't know what the hell it is.
I don't know what the hell that is. It's like a.
It's
I don't know what the hell that is, but it's
I feel like
horrible.
People
It's
got
very annoying.
people got more than one kind of laugh, and it's depending on what it is that's making them laugh, it'll bring out the different laugh in them. So it'd be interesting to see what different kind of laughs we all got in us forever. So
Exactly. I'm a giggler. I giggle a lot,
I giggle sometimes
and
too.
I wonder if it's annoying, but I do giggle.
So if you have an annoying laugh, it's too bad for everyone else, because if you're gonna get down about that, you're gonna have to basically depress yourself by preventing yourself from laughing on behalf of everyone else. So that's not gonna happen. So
Jacqueline, what you smoking on? I'm just asking. You ain't gotta dox yourself. Tell
No,
us
it's
that
all
your
good.
business.
gives a
Well,
little
What
little
you
bit
smoking
of
on, girl?
we get to know each other a little bit. Whatever people, I was talking about beer the one time. People were saying, "Oh, Mike's coming out of his shell finally." So it's good to hear people share a bit about themselves, right? As long as it's not in this day and age on the internet something that's going to get people in trouble.
Well, let me tell you something. Not you, Michael. Just the chat. Michael, he got some smoke with him. He kind of lit.
He is.
He real lit. He's very calm, but sometimes when he go off, it's over with.
When Mike is blessed out, like look,
Oh wait, hold on.
I freaking
Cosmic
love
wants
it
to
because
say
you don't expect it. You see how he looking right now? He got that little shy smile, right?
he's so cute and
When that
handsome.
heat hit.
When that heat hit, it's lit.
I might not do myself too many favors wherever trying to be so calm and not, if I hide my power level like in Dragon Ball Z or whatever.
It's like a secret weapon.
Wait. Bad Cookie said, why we gotta Nort Michael out like that? So we dry snitching?
Right. But then Bad Cookie said, when it comes to shit like communism, I know my shit, whatever. But then this is funny if you took a look into some of the discords lately, I've been trying to communicate with some of my fellow comrades there that I've been coming across. Maybe it's just the way that things happen. Like if you can't see my face and we can have a real conversation, like in person, over online, we can really misinterpret what people are coming from. So a lot of these people think I'm like fucking moron, right? Don't know what the fuck I'm talking. I don't understand dialectical materialism, I guess. Ooh, haven't read my theory, right? That's the way it always goes, right? But then you try and understand, theory aside, you want to point out logical fallacies people are trying to make while saying
Michael
this
is
stuff.
extremely smart. He's extremely smart.
I just don't want to get into. You can't really always get into it because people are not prepared to be shut down when they're convinced that they're already the one who's about to do the shutting down. So it's.
I like the element of surprise. I would tell you never lose it, because look, you could just get them, let them expect that little nice sweet. Then sa.
Not sa.
That's right.
I'm changing the subject a little bit.
I wanted Michael to show the video of John Crawford.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay,
whenever you come back.
So while he's pulling that up, Jacqueline says, just normal roll up. So she's rolling up tobacco. She says she doesn't smoke weed, loves the smell, can't stand the taste. Jacqueline, I can't smoke weed either, just because it makes me slow. I can't really be in conversation and commune with people if I smoke. But I know people who their mind races so fast that when they smoke weed, it slows their mind down enough to catch the ideas in their head and have a conversation. So I'm not opposed to people who smoke weed. It's just, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, go ahead,
Let's
Michael.
play this. Yeah. Otherwise, we'll get on another tangent. So let's.
I know we're just going on and on.
Let's talk about this on the other side. But watch these punk ass police.
Sir, what's going on?
Gunshots.
Make it big.
Gunshots. And a 22-year-old black man, John Crawford, lay dying on the floor of a Walmart in Beaver Creek, Ohio. Shot and killed by a white police officer, as seen here on surveillance video, almost immediately when they approached him. Crawford had been in the store for several minutes, holding a gun and talking on his cell phone. An eyewitness named Ronald Ritchie called 911.
There's a gentleman walking around with a gun in the store.
Got it pulled out?
Yeah, he's like pointing at people.
What did he look like?
Later, the 911 caller told. At no point did he shoulder the rifle and point it at somebody. He also said something similar to our CNN affiliate WHIO.
He wasn't actually like holding it to getting ready to shoot somebody.
Ronald Ritchie has not returned our calls for comment, and neither the police or the state attorney would talk to us about Ritchie, who is an important witness to the case. Crawford's girlfriend had been waiting in their car. After the shooting, police questioned her, accusing her of lying, asking her where Crawford got the gun, even saying she appeared to be high on drugs.
You understand that we're investigating a serious incident. You lied to me, and you might be on your way to jail. Where did you get this gun?
Sir, I don't know.
Later in the 90-minute drilling by police, word came that Crawford had died.
Well, to let you know, unfortunately, John has passed away as a result of this. What happened there wasn't a good thing.
Less than 2 months later, the grand jury's decision was announced.
The grand jury deliberated, and they returned no indictment. They decided that the police officers and the police officer in particular that fired the shots was justified in doing what he did.
This weekend, Cleveland Browns wide receiver Andrew Hawkins honored both Crawford and Tamir Rice. A 12-year-old from Cleveland also shot and killed by police. Hawkins said he meant no disrespect to police.
The number one reason for me wearing the T-shirt was the thought of what happened to Tamir Rice happening to my little Austin scares the living hell out of me.
I remember this, Michael. This man was buying a toy gun out of Walmart, and some white person called the police on him as if he had a gun in Walmart, and they just came and shot his ass. And if we are in open carry states, are you telling me that only white people can open carry? Why are you treating, like, why can't we open carry? Why does the color of my skin determine the fact that if I have open carry rights or stand your ground rights? That's the question. And this is America. Okay, Taj Schmidt wants to say something.
Okay, it's two reasons why this video is like, man, I'm not even this video. These incidents are so personal to me, from him, Eric Gardner, Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland. They're personal to me. And of course, Trayvon
Martin.
The reason I'm so angry personally, and right now I'm going out of my way to calm my voice and my excitement, because I cannot for the life of me understand if a police gives you, the same as these other incidents, if they give you a lawful order, why does it only work to their advantage? If they give you a lawful order, you follow it and you die, why isn't it why aren't you protected the same way they claim the protection when it's them giving the lawful order and they get to escape responsibility? This man had a gun from Walmart on his arm while on the cell phone. A bystander, just like any Karen could call and say they see a crime going on. At this point, we all know that if a Karen call, people got to investigate further before they just go and drive and shoot. I just don't understand how many more people have to die before policies, routines, and all of those things are scrutinized as hard as black on black violence. They love to point the finger at what the victim has done, but they never readjust, recalibrate these fucking flawed ass policies. How can I call, just like I said, Abby and I are sitting in the same room. We can get a knock at the door.
That girl stay doxing me.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's just one time in this whole episode. But I'm saying, Michael, right now, I'm looking at you on screen. There could be a knock at your door of police looking for someone else. Not even you, Michael. They can come in your house and kill you. And we supposed to continuously let that shit slide. How much longer and how many different people? And I'm not just on a soapbox for black people, because just like I said, it can happen to Michael. It can happen to anybody that I know. Why are we still allowing that to happen as citizens who pay taxes? That's it.
Okay. That question, why are we allowing it to happen? How much power do we have? Let's be honest. So why are we punching down when we should be punching up?
Because we should be together punching up. If you, me, and Michael, Mastermind, Jackie, and Bad Cookies punching up, that shit ain't gonna hold weight. I'm talking about.
Go ahead, finish your statement.
How many more people have to die because of?
You got to be in the mic, girl.
How many people have to die before we all as a collective see the flawed fucking tendencies of allowing these people to just kill at will? They're killing at will. This man was not threatened for
Okay.
Sonia Macy. He was not threatened, but he gets to kill at will.
So let me speak on that. The police union has a lot of power. The
But not
police
for
union
us.
has a lot of power.
But not for us.
The duopoly has a lot of power.
But not for the voters or the people who put them in the positions for that power.
Michael, you have some. I just
Well,
want to
I
make
just
sure
I think I
everybody's
had
speaking.
I think I had my thing muted because I coughed a bit. But I was saying just because she was saying how many more people have to die and stuff. Like now I'm kind of blanking a bit on what I was saying.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was very intense.
I think because we get into that issue about why do we let this happen? It doesn't make any sense, and it gets into that question of if we got rid of the police, we're afraid of the chaos, the stereotype of anarchy that any criminal could do anything to anyone. So we make this social contract about having police, granting them the power with qualified immunity and everything to be given powers, knowing that sometimes they'll abuse them or make mistakes, whatever. We feel it's a trade-off. The benefit outweighs the risk is to not having them at all. And then as far as punching up, the issue is we get into the red-brown alliance question of we shouldn't be fighting left versus right. We should be fighting up versus down. But then when we try to work with the right, we don't actually agree on what needs to happen after we win the fight punching up. So it is something to analyze and discuss.
So I want to put this up real quick. So don't take it down, please. Bad Cookie says legally the only time a cop is allowed to disarm you is if you are being detained for a crime. That's not true, in my humble opinion. I have seen many times, if they say it's an open carry state and you are walking around with an AR-15 or a AK-47 or whatever assault rifle or rapid fire gun you have, can they stop you when you haven't committed a crime? The law is so blurred.
It's very ad hoc. It's basically
Sometimes I
made
don't
up
even blame the cops because they are scared for their lives.
Like they try to make it out to be case precedent is the way that it goes in the Western world, at least, where that's the whole legal tradition and stuff. But really, they just make shit up on the spot, and then they change their mind arbitrarily.
Really, they just making shit up on the spot.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Bad Cook.
Wait.
Give me a second, please.
Put this one back, please.
Wait.
Okay.
So Bad Cookie says, no, they cannot stop you. As long as you are open carrying, they are at fault. Okay, Bad Cookies, I understand what you're saying. Legally, that's what's supposed to happen. But what actually happens is people get stopped and interrogated for open carrying all the time. And go ahead, Tashmit. Tashmit, do you want to pull up your comment?
Yeah, but I'm gonna pick it back up.
Pull your comment up.
If she got something to say about what you just said first.
Yeah, I have something to say what you just said.
Okay.
Now it's slipped my brain. I was just trying to say I agree with what you're saying. As long as I gotta come back to it. You knocked my train of thought up. But I was agreeing with Bad Cookies and with you. As long as they have a way out, they're gonna use it. Why wouldn't they? And then this is the thing with Bad Cookies mentioned Kyle up at the top. He went and Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
This one.
Yeah,
up here.
what I was trying to right there. What I was trying to say was, now, of course, I wouldn't, as a black person, support any white privilege storyline or anything about Kyle Rittenhouse and what the media portrayed to us about him, right? But as the story gets old and then other things start coming up, there's more to that story with that young man. He might not be all white privilege and malicious, because some of the people that he killed, just like they tried to say George Floyd was not a good person and he deserved to die and blah, 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 because he was on drugs and all these other distractions of the root cause of things. Kyle had the incident with Kyle Rittenhouse has a lot more to it than what the media was using to manipulate us to pick one side or the other. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was instantly upset at this kid for having the gun, for the police giving him water and treating him like blah, blah, blah. And then we immediately jumped on the bandwagon of him killing innocent people, right? But if this kid was being attacked, right? If I'm not saying I know everything about it, I'm just saying the media leaves out important pieces to stories that makes us take sides, without further investigation or knowledge of the truth of everything. We
Right.
take sides quickly based on a clip, based on just like something they just put out there. And
Yeah,
what I'm
they have an
saying is,
emotional response to things.
exactly,
We
and they
don't
use
really,
that
not
to
a
their
lot of us
advantage.
actually have a logical second impression because we move on. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm saying they like to admit truths to a lot of things after the fact, after the story dies down. If you look and listen, I'm going to say this, mastermind. If you look and listen like Octopus Murders, they will admit to a lot of shit that you knew already, but they won't admit it at the time. They'll let the story die down, they'll let the incident die down, and then they'll start seeping off little truths, either in little fake ass movie clips or skits. Or, they giving you truth, but then we accept it and let it go.
Well, that's where
Let
that
it go.
statute of limitations pisses me off, that they've installed this rule that if some time enough passes, that it's not fair to discover the truth after an arbitrary limit that we've set.
You can mute yourself. That was a massage joke.
So do you want to read this one? Jacqueline, the problem in the U.S. is that we don't have law enforcement. We have feelings enforcement. Nice, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, if they're not upholding the will of the people and yet remain in power, did we even put them there in the first place? Yeah, good point, Sean. I certainly didn't, This is a thing that the annoying thing about the law is everyone acts like you're supposed to respect it and stuff, but we're born into this system. It's been developing for thousands of years now, right? This is where I don't appreciate how our law system in the West is its foundation is it's built on the foundation of like Roman law and stuff like that, like even like Persian law and stuff. It seems a little ridiculous, but all the way up to like English common law that was used more like throughout the Middle Ages and to the like all of that is a foundation for our law, and it's kind of a lot of those laws are obsolete and stuff, but some of those laws kind of have survived this entire time because they haven't had a need to go obsolete just yet, sort of like thou shalt not murder kind of thing, right? Like they invented that law a long fucking time ago, but it's still in place today, right? So people can be skeptical of the idea that there can be ancient laws that are still in effect, but they definitely are. And there is an issue about trying to like incorporate religious law into law or exempt religious law from law. And that's an ongoing debate that's been going on for thousands of years. But you see there's a need to resolve it when you see people like Zionists trying to act like they get to do certain things the rest of us can't because they consider themselves chosen. I don't care. The law is supposed to be no man or woman above the law or any other creature, I suppose, considering all the rest of the animals are beneath us and whatnot, right? So
That was very, very interesting. The chat's blowing up. So I think we should land our plane.
Yeah, we've been
'Cause
going.
we've been on almost 2 hours. Um, so can we just say our goodbyes or does anybody else have something to say? Here she go.
I want to say thank you to Abby Dew for giving me the platform so I can let all this talking out and not interrupt you guys' information. But I appreciate the opportunity to come and talk with you today and share some of these things because it's a lot of stuff that's on people's minds, you know what I mean, that's going on, and they need outlets. And I appreciate you guys, Noteworthy, Civilian Discourse, 10 Rabbits. I appreciate you guys giving people like me a voice or platform to listen to like minds. I just say thank you guys, you know, and I mean, I get on Abby Dude nerves a lot for all this extra talking, but I love listening to and learning, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Taj Schmidt, for joining us tonight. This was a excellent conversation I felt that we had, you know.
I think so too, because usually when you and I we take we take a topic and go down the rabbit hole, but because you weren't, I didn't think you were going to be here today, and that Sonia Massey video came out. I was like, that's it. That's what I'm doing, and so Tosh Schmidt was like, well, I'll join you, and then you were able to still come. So it's great that we all three are here together. Thank you so much. Oh, Jacqueline is so sweet.
And it's going to be a perfect storm.
Such a sweetheart.
It's going to be a perfect storm right now. If you guys pay attention to Gavin Newsom, right?
We're going to talk about that.
Pay attention to, these are the things that I just want our listeners to pay attention to. How they're going to manipulate the black vote with Kamala Harris. How is she going to walk the tightrope with these police brutality things like happening with, you know, how are Democrats going to be able to use race to their advantage because that's their go-to?
Robbie.
How are they going to be able to use it, you know, and still defeat Trump at the same time? I don't think they're going to be able to do it, but it's going to be interesting to watch.
Popcorn. Pop your popcorn.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and pretend like I can predict the future here. I am feeling like we all sort of get the impression like it's a foregone conclusion that Trump's already going to be whatever the president in November. But
who else?
No one really knows what's going to happen. So let's all enjoy the shit show, I guess.
Kennedy told y'all better not count me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's not
Just
happening.
I say y'all better not count me out.
It's not happening.
Thank you, Robbie.
Guess who
See you
else said
later.
you better not count me out? Dr. West.
And good night, Jacqueline. Sorry.
Oh, good night, Jacqueline. Because Jacqueline, her time zone is way above ours. So
Thanks
we
so much,
appreciate the
Jacqueline.
fact that, you know, how long you can stay. And when you have to leave, good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say good night, sweetheart. Good
So we're
night.
going to talk about Gavin Newsom next week or whatever, but I was mentioning we should probably get
Well,
around.
more so housing.
Yeah, but I was saying we should also try and get around to talking about the launch of the ACP, whatever, new American Communist Party. That's a
Oh, you did mention that. Maybe. Okay, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
you did
take our
mention
time to look into what's going on, right? See if they are
that.
as genuine as they claim to be and whatnot. I
So
tend to maybe be a little bit too reserved and suspicious, but then you don't want to be too gullible.
So Mastermind and I did talking about housing for civilian discourse. So maybe we'll just do that there, and then you and I can dig deep dive into this new political party.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll all talk about it.
Yeah, we got time. They're young, growing, whatever. Who knows, right? So we'll see.
Tosh Smith wants to say
I just
something.
wanted to say a little funny sidebar. Me and Sean is in the chats trying to talk about what's the worst female name. He got me Gretchen. I topped him with Bertha.
My
Then
my father used to tell me, so my name was supposed to be Robin
that's beautiful.
because it's all R's.
Yeah.
You know, after his R name. And he said, well, when he was driving to the hospital because my mom was in labor, the birds were chirping a different song. The sky looked a different blue. So he wanted to name me April. That's what he said.
Change of season.
I just doxed myself. So, so he said, well, it would have either been that or Gertrude.
Oh, he said
Gertrude.
How's that? How's it between those two? That's such a juxtaposition.
Because my dad was fucking hilarious. That's why.
All right, look, I topped Sean with Broomhilda. And then here come Mastermind.
Oh, I love Broomhilda.
Broomhilda.
Oh, hello, Snork.
Oh, wait, hold on. We not talking shit about Broomhilda, are we?
Yeah, what about Gretel?
You know the opera? The Ring? The opera with Broomhilda? Dun, 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 dun,
Exactly.
dun, dun, dun,
It's just
dun,
funny
dun,
that all these
Let your
worst
friends
names,
say-
they seem to be German. These worst women names of all time.
Or German
Or
names.
German
huh?
names.
Yeah. Just a coincidence, I suppose.
That is hilarious. Man.
Oh, that is funny. Okay, so are you done? Are y'all done in the chat?
He said what name is that? Bad
Consuela?
Cookie? No, what did Bad Cookie say? I can't see it.
They being bad. They doing too much in the chat.
Worst name, Kamala. I win. Well played, Bryce.
All right, Bryce, you win.
Oh, that's funny. Hi, Bryce. Hi, Snork. Y2K. Good seeing you here again. So are we out the door?
Yeah, I think we done everything. We shouted people out. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
And I was just gonna play a little video on the way out. So here we go.
Black Hillary.
Not Black Hillary.
Hillary, yeah.
Hillary is also horrible.
Love all of y'all. For real. You're like my family.
Yeah. I don't say it much, Rare, but love you too, guys. All right.
Oh, look at Michael.
Yeah, you fought for this country, but they trying to build a wall to keep the people that look like you out. A soldier from Puerto Rico rapping. I seen better fighting than people in Puerto Rico splashing. Right. And they can't be mad at me for it. Because he the one to work with the people with all the resources.
Yes, you do. You do.
Bro. I was in the Marine Corps. People ain't know that. But unlike you, I ain't proud of that. Because uppity white people kept thanking me for service. I felt foul for that. I was running with grown-ass men who would drop a bomb where a child was at. They say they turned me to a man. It turns out that's where the cow was at. Nah, because niggas howling, God bless the troops while the Lord's watching. Like he don't notice your prophet and your prophet is your prophet. Boy, stop it. You don't even know how the war started. You just couldn't afford college. That's free money. Free money. Free money. He said it's free money. Yeah. Free money. He said it's free money. Because he couldn't afford college. I had the same dream as Martin. I woke up and absorbed knowledge. acting like because they paying us well, the shit is fine. I realized I got enemies too. And I get held for killing theirs, but jailed for killing mine. Facts. I'm a man. Fact. I'm a man. What the fuck are you? At this point, a pawn without a fucking clue. Okay. I know. I did. Niggas finish high school and we don't know what to do. They got you thinking shit is going down and it's up to you. They got you thinking shit is going down and it's up to you. I looked around and shit was so comfortable it made me uncomfortable. I mean, I take shits in clearer water than the water they put cups into.
Yeah, facts.
Their life, yeah, facts. Their life, that shit make a family in the projects look like the fucking Huxtables. It's pussy shit. Be all you can be. All it took was this. I had one option. I could go AWOL or I was just a bitch. And of course, they said I couldn't leave. That was so disrespectful.
Right? It was. And my nigga got the old.
All right, let him go. Let's go. It's over.
Look, they said I couldn't leave. I said, well, why I'm about to leave then? Why I'm about to leave then? They said it's a big stain on my record. I said, I hope it sink in all over the sheet then. They said, think about your family, Cook. How you gonna feed them? I said, I thought it was once a Marine, always a Marine, man. So I've been eating and I ain't even had to be an eating. Wow. You gotta take the Kevlar off to go this hard. Cause this dishonorable as soon as it discharged.
Go.
Time. Give it up. Continue to disrespect my heritage. That's why I don't fuck with you lames. Look at me, my nigga. We are one and the same. I mean, if you think about my black ancestors, shit, he was probably way bigger. He knew how to read and write, and nobody played with him because he was steal books from the master, get away with it, come back to the field and sell words to all of the slave niggas. If you racist, you
sound like Drake.
need to relax. Racism.
That Negro sound like Drake. I had to stop him because that nigga sound like Drake. I'm just saying. He do. I'm just saying.